Hello everyone, I wanted to welcome you to your MIT ePortfolio. I also wanted to let you know this is just a template of the portfolio, and so yours will look about the same. Your name will appear here with your first name, last name, and it will say MIT Portfolio. But I just wanted to give you a quick and broad overview of this portfolio with regard to how it's kind of designed. Under the area of general info, you will find the video tutorial, which is actually the page that I started on. So yours will actually pull up to this general information on welcome to the portfolio. It does give you directions saying all the content in the red is to remain as your copy or a prompt with regard to how to use the portfolio, and I will explain what that means in just a moment. Under general information, you have an introductory to your MIT personal electronic portfolio. You have the rationale and standards for the Ph.D standards. So again, here are the Ph.D standards. I linked to those. Most of you know those fairly well at this point because you've been using them for multiple semesters. Remember, we are using the Ph.D or NET standards for coaches. Remember, those are those people that are going in to be tech trainers in school districts or various places. If you would love to use the Ph.D standards for educators, I'm completely fine with that, but I would make sure that you are citing those with a -E for educators, -C, and if there's an area that it's applicable to do the students, you can definitely cite student-based Ph.D standards. There's definitely an area within your portfolio where you may need to cite those, and that's completely fine. The rationale for why we're actually doing the portfolio and how this goes into a greater understanding of application and bringing together materials that you've researched and put together. Candidate info, it is a little tricky. You need to actually click on the words candidate info, and it will populate a page that's asking you for an image and a brief statement or introduction with regard to kind of how you've gotten to this point. That's usually just a small paragraph, couple small paragraphs, personal and professional goals, and then where do you see yourself in 2, 5, or 10 years? And you will go ahead and input this information, and then you will erase these directions, okay? So any place you see a direction, I would leave it there until your portfolio is ready to really be peer reviewed, and then you can start taking away a lot of those instructions. Under candidate info, you will be doing a technology philosophy. The technology philosophy, just like anything, needs to be styled in APA styling. I will go over that in a moment. Please notice that these are all directions. Once you've actually inserted your tech philosophy, you're going to delete this information. Again, you're going to input a resume. Please notice on every one of these pages, there are briefings on things to consider when you get ready to input this information. I give you exactly how to format. It says an acceptable order for your education-based resume is first and foremost list your education. It is the very first thing I should see. You're going to list your work experiences, activities, your volunteering, and lastly, professional references. You do need 3 to 5 professional references. It needs to include a title, address, email, phone number. Do not list references available upon request. That is an out-of-date terminology, and that was used when universities had closed files for advertising jobs. So you will actually list that. People love to see an email address. A lot of people do a lot of hiring and basis hiring starting with an email address. So please try to put that as much information as you can for the person who may or may not want to employ you. Hopefully they do, and I'm sure they will. Under activity of evidence, you're going to develop a professional development plan. I will give you a template for that as we get into the semester. Again, this tells you a little bit of a rationale, what to be thinking when you're writing it, and you will upload a Google Doc that's, again, in APA styling. You will also do professional training videos. Those are 3 videos, and you can do more than 3, but you're going to pop in those 3 professional development for peers, students, and your choice. Peers would be other teachers or peers exactly who you work with. And again, there is information on how to get these done and the expectations. There's article summaries, presentations, everything is listed here, and you will drop it in these boxes underneath. When you go and you actually start editing up here under, you will see now you have opened up the editing features, and you will be able to edit your pages. You will not be able to change the format of the pages. They are stuck this way. So when I grade all of them, I can actually get and know exactly what I'm doing. Within the reflections area, this is really several fold. This is where you're eventually going to drop in and you're going to delete all this information on transference reflection, and you're just going to leave the words reflection, and you're going to put in that transference reflection. You're going to put in a video tour presentation, okay? So it's going to have your reflection, your presentation, and your peer reviews, okay? Lastly, you have an area called evaluation. This faculty evaluation tool is what I will use. I'm actually in the process of updating this at the moment, so I will make sure that this is completely up to date. But this is what you're going to give your, nope, it's up to date. This is what you're going to give your peers to actually grade you, an internal and an external individual. You'll give them, share a copy of this with them, and then they will make a copy themselves, share it back with you. You'll make changes to your portfolio, and then I will see all of this inside your portfolio. So you'll put your peer reviews here. You will actually drop in both peer reviews, and here again is the rubric for them, and you can stick both peer reviews and then get rid of this actual tool if you would like. Again, you don't need to leave any directions or breadcrumbs for anyone to find later. Under portfolio, which is incorrectly spelled, and I can change that real quick. If I go to edit, you can see right away that this can just be fixed in seconds, and I save it, and I'm good to go. So with regard to what's in here, I'm going to put the video I'm making right now above this, and you will see an entire video on my expectations for developing your APA. And APA, again, is that title page, your written work, and a references section, and I explain all of that through the use of the Purdue OWL tool to kind of serve as a reference. They have a great sample document, and that is one place that you definitely want to check out as you start writing in this class and dropping everything into your portfolio. So again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I would urge you to ask any questions that you have for me on the community, because then everyone else gets to see the answers, and they may actually have that same question too. So I urge you to really utilize that community. Thank you again, and I wish you the best of luck as you start this journey of filling in your electronic portfolio. Have a great day.